Lately, I've been seeing this phrase everywhere, problem solver, and it got me thinking, how does one become a great problem solver? After much thought, this is what I figured. A great problem solver has an in-depth understanding of the problem and a clear process for finding a solution. Let's dive deeper. Every problem has a current state and a desired state. If you are unable to identify both of these states, it's a sign that you may not understand the problem enough, or that the problem doesn't really exist. Once you've identified both states, the next part is understanding how far the states are from each other. The further they are, the more painful or difficult the problem is. Being able to compare states also assumes that there is a measurement of comparison, like maybe your happiness or your weight. Without it, how do you know where you are? Of course, it's not as straightforward as it seems. Everything is made more complex by obstacles along the way. A simple problem like losing weight, for example, where your current state is your current body and your desired state is to be a Greek god, is made significantly more difficult by, say, a lack of time. In a more complex problem like increasing a country's GDP, obstacles could be a lack of natural resources or limited talent. Now that we have a better understanding of the problem, let's figure out how we can solve it. And so, to the solution. Every solution to a problem is an ongoing process based on certain inputs that are adjusted until the problem is solved. These inputs are usually based on a good understanding of the problem. For example, if the problem is losing weight, the inputs are diet and exercise. Or if it's about creating great content, the inputs could be educational, entertainment, or relatability value. The process is the way the inputs are combined and manipulated to achieve the desired result. Does 80% diet and 20% exercise work best for you? Of course, the specific combination is dependent on each person and the circumstance. And even then, it's not always clear what the combination should be, which is why you will need to be making adjustments as you go. And that's where the link to the problem comes. Are you moving closer to your desired state? If not, make an adjustment, change the mix of inputs, or introduce new inputs where appropriate. Keep doing this until your problem is solved. If it doesn't work, there's a chance where the inputs you've identified could be wrong, and you would have to come up with a completely different solution. And that's it. As you probably know, it's easier said than done, but at least we now have a framework to go about solving problems instead of just randomly throwing darts on the wall. In the next video, I'll apply the above framework to content creation, how to build an audience. Cheers!